If you're new to AI or to Claude, you've probably heard a ton of buzzwords like API, MCP, loops, agents, and a whole lot of other things. And if you're just starting out, it can be pretty overwhelming if you have no idea what any of these mean. So I'm making this video to fix that. I will explain every single term and buzzword so that you know exactly what everything means when you watch any other tutorial or AI video on the internet. And I'll go through this list progressively from the simplest or must-know words to the most complex terms and topics. LLM, which stands for Large Language Model. This is a program that's trained on huge amounts of text that predicts what comes next. And that prediction ability is what makes it feel like it's thinking. And this is how all AI models work. Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, they are all just word generators. Claude. This is Anthropic's LLM AI model. It's the thing that you're actually talking to when you prompt it in the chat box on the site or in the app. Claude Code. This is Claude that lives in your terminal instead of a chat window, but more recently you can actually use it in a dedicated GUI window on the Claude app or as an extension in a code editor. And it can actually read files, write files, and run commands on your computer. Terminal and CLI, which stands for Command Line Interface. This is the intimidating looking black window where you type commands instead of clicking buttons on a GUI. The window itself is called the terminal, and interacting with your computer by typing commands is what's called a CLI. And you'll see people using Claude Code here. Prompt. This is basically whatever you type to the AI. So your instruction, your question, your request. That's it. Prompt engineering. This is writing your prompt in a certain way that will give you a better answer. So being more specific, giving more context, telling it what role to play, this is all prompt engineering. Response, output, completion. This is whatever Claude sends back after you send your prompt. And all three words just mean the exact same thing. Tokens. This is how AI reads text. A token is roughly 3 or 4 characters, so about 3/4 of a word. So the word understanding might be 2 tokens. Everything you send and everything Claude sends back gets counted in tokens, and tokens are what you pay for when you use AI. Context window. This is Claude's short-term memory for one conversation, measured in tokens. Claude's latest models have a context window of up to 1 million tokens, which is roughly 2,500 pages of text. And that's everything Claude can see at once: your messages, its replies, and any files it's read in that window. Think of it as a whiteboard. Every message you send and every reply you get fills up the whiteboard bit by bit. But eventually, it's going to get full and you'll need to start a new chat or compact the current one to free up more space. Context. This is everything that's currently on that whiteboard. When people say give it more context, what they mean is paste in more relevant info so Claude can better understand the full situation and give you a better response. Chat, conversation, or session. This is one continuous back and forth with an AI. So in Claude, each tab on the left here inside the app is a separate chat, and each one has its own context window. Start a new one and Claude will remember nothing from the previous chat. Model. This is a specific version of the AI. So Claude isn't just one thing, it's a family. So you have Fable, Opus, Sonnet, and Haiku. Each model has its own strengths, and generally the smarter the model, the more expensive it is to use. So these are the current 4 models of Claude. Fable being the smartest and most expensive, Opus a little less smart but more manageable in pricing, Sonnet is the balanced everyday one, and Haiku is the fastest and cheapest. They're all in the same family but different trade-offs depending on what task you want to do. Training data. This is the text that the model has actually learned from. So this can be books, websites, code, literally any text in the world. Knowledge cutoff. This is the date that the training data stops. So ask about anything after the training data and the model's gonna have no idea what you're talking about unless you tell it or it searches for the updated information. Hallucination. This is when the AI confidently makes something up, a fake statistic, a library that doesn't exist, or a quote that nobody said. And this is why it's always important to double check the output that AI gives you. System prompt. This is the hidden instructions given to Claude before your conversation starts. It sets the personality and the rules. You never see it, but it's applied to every chat when you start. Now, you can't edit Claude's own system prompt, but you can get the same effect using projects inside of the Claude app. Let's say you don't want to constantly give Claude context on your business. So you create a project, add custom instructions with all your business info, and now every chat inside that project already knows the context. So you can immediately ask business-related questions without writing multiple prompts explaining everything first. Repo or repository. This is a project folder, usually the folder full of code that you're working on. And you may hear it mentioned in combination with GitHub, which is just a site to store your code or project files online. Git. This is the tool that tracks every change to your files so that you can undo anything. This is version history for your project, but just a note, it's not the same as GitHub. Git is for version tracking, GitHub is a site to store project files and code, but they are usually both used together. Commit. This is a saved snapshot of your project at one moment with a note about what changed. So when you make a change to your project, you use Git to commit the changes, and then you can push those changes to GitHub. Permissions. These are the approval prompts, so Claude will ask you for permission before it does something real to your computer like moving or deleting a file. You can approve once, approve always, or deny. Plan mode. This is a mode where Claude researches and writes out what it's going to do, but changes nothing until you approve the plan. You should always use this mode before you start building anything big or before you start making big changes to an existing project. Slash commands. These are pre-built shortcuts that trigger an action, and you can even create your own custom ones. Claude.md. This is a file in your project that Claude automatically reads every session. Your standing instructions, your preferences, your project rules, and how you want things done. You can write it once and never repeat yourself again. Think of it like a system prompt, but it's localized to your entire project. It gets loaded into the context at the start of every session and stays there, meaning every message you send carries it along. That's why it's important to keep it compact and lean, because a bloated Claude.md file wastes tokens on every single request. Compaction and auto-compact. When the context window fills up, Claude will summarize the conversation so far and keeps going with the summary instead of the full history. You can keep working, but detail is going to be lost from earlier prompts. API, which stands for Application Programming Interface. This is how one piece of software talks to another. So, for example, if you want to use Claude AI in your own software or website, you can't just use your Claude subscription. You'll need to create a Claude API key, which allows your software or website to send a message to Claude and then get a response back. And this will be built completely separately from your own subscription, and you will be charged for every single request you make. API key. This is your password for the API. It identifies you and bills you. You should never share it or put it anywhere public, because someone can steal it and use it for themselves, but you are the one who's going to be paying for it. Rate limits. This is a cap on how much you can use per minute or per day. Hit it and you will have to wait. For example, with Claude subscriptions, there is a 5-hour limit. This is a rate limit. The more tokens you use, the more you contribute to the rate limit. And when you hit the cap, you will have to wait for the reset time in order to keep on using it. JSON. This is a text format for structured data. It's how programs pass information around. So if you ask Claude to return JSON, you're asking for a clean structure instead of a paragraph. Webhook. This is an automatic message sent from one app to another the moment something happens. Think of it like a trigger, not a request. So for example, you have a course and someone buys it. The moment they pay, the payment site automatically sends a webhook to your other tools. So your email platform instantly sends them their welcome email and course access without you doing anything. An API is you asking for information. A webhook is them telling you the moment something happens. RAG, which stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. This means that before answering, Claude will fetch the relevant documents, then answer using them. So for example, if your company has internal docs, Claude can fetch them, read them, and then give an accurate answer based on existing information. Agent. This is an AI that works towards a goal on its own. It decides what steps to take, uses tools, checks its own work, and keeps on going until it's done. So for example, if you tell Claude Code, fix the login bug, it reads your files, finds the problem, edits the code, runs the test, sees it fail, tries again, and keeps on going until it passes. Nobody told it to do those steps, it just decided to do it itself. A chatbot will answer you, but an agent will act for you. Agentic loop. This is the cycle that an agent runs in. So it'll think, act, look at the result, think again, and then repeat until the goal is met. That loop is the entire trick behind agents. Autonomy. This is how much rope you give before the agent needs to ask you. The more autonomy you give, the less babysitting that you need to do. However, it also means more risk. MCP, which stands for Model Context Protocol. This is what lets Claude connect to your other apps. On its own, Claude can only talk to you. It can't see your Gmail, your Notion, your calendar, or your Google Drive. MCP is the thing that plugs Claude into those apps so it can actually go ahead and read and use them. So for example, you connect the Gmail MCP and now you can say, go through my inbox and tell me what's urgent. And Claude will actually go read your emails and tell you. Same with apps like Notion, Slack, and Google Sheets. MCP server. This is one specific plugin. A Gmail MCP server gives Claude access to your email. A Notion one gives it access to your Notion. You install it once and Claude gains that ability. Skills. These are folders of instructions that teach Claude how to do a specific and repeatable task your way. Claude only loads a skill when it's relevant, so you can have dozens of these without clogging the context window. Subagents. These are separate Claude instances that the main Claude spins up to handle a piece of work on its own fresh context window. These are useful because the subagent burns through a huge search and hands back only the answer, and this will keep the main conversation clean. Orchestration. This is one agent managing several others, assigning work, collecting results, and deciding what happens next. Hooks. This is code that fires automatically at a set point, like every time Claude edits a file. You don't ask for it, it just runs. You can use it to auto-format code or auto-run tests. Workflow versus agent. A workflow is fixed steps in a fixed order. An agent decides the steps itself. Workflows are predictable, agents are flexible, and most real systems are a mix of both. Memory. This is storage that survives past a single conversation. So context window is the short term and memory is the long term. Context rot. This is the quality of the output dropping as the context window fills up with junk. The fix is starting a fresh session or compacting the current one, or just being ruthless about what you load into the context to ensure that no junk is put in. Guardrails. These are rules and limits that keep the AI from doing something that you don't want it to do, what it can't touch, and what it must confirm first. Multi-agent system. These are several specialized agents working together, so one will research, one writes, one reviews. It's the same idea as a team instead of one generalist. And that about wraps it up. That was all the most important Claude and AI terms that you will hear or have probably heard before. You can save this video for future reference to come back to if you forget what any of these terms mean. And if you haven't already, subscribe as I cover just about everything AI and how to use AI tools and create AI automations.